Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Schmoe Me the Money. It's just your boys, Buck and Jeff here. Sorry to disappoint everyone. We don't have any special guests this week. But we only had 3 matches, and we figured...
Another week getting lazy and not reaching out to people, Buck. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I don't think it was really necessary to have any special guests for a 3-week match. Or 3-match week, I should say. But
3-match week. I know what you meant. I get it. I understand you.
Well, I'm glad somebody does. Yeah. I am glad somebody does. There we go. Make sure, everyone, if you have a question you would like us to answer or a comment you want us to address, streamlabs.com/schmoemethemoney. We will say whatever you want here. We only got 3 matches this week, so it's a shorter week. Mm-hmm. So if you want us to talk about something in particular, this past week, not only did we have the 3 matches, but we got a lot of news that live matches might be coming back here fairly soon. So I got a lot of people excited, me and you included.
Yes, that is accurate. I am what the kids say. I am excited for all that shit. So I'm psyched about it, and I am very interested to see what it looks like when it comes back live in studio, only because, we're so used to what the Collider space has looked like and with those tables and all that stuff. But, at this point, we might as well just talk about orange chicken. Orange chicken. I got some orange chicken, actually, in the freezer right now from Trader Joe's. It's not that bad. Depends. I don't know what kids you're around, Mike. That's what the kids around me say. So,
but no, I was actually referencing live events, not live in studio. We actually got both of those both of that in news this past week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Actual live events. We know it's December 4th is the date of Spectacular, or what it's supposed to be. And so I've already booked. I know, just like many people have. Some people haven't because obviously it's so far in advance. But I've booked my flight tickets today to LA. Booked the Airbnb. It's going to be a lot of mayhem, and I expect that week to get weird. So
it's going to be an interesting week for sure. There's a lot of people getting Airbnbs together to spend more than just the weekend there together, because Spectacular is only going to be on that Saturday. Is that when the 4th is?
That Saturday is the 4th. So, I know there are a bunch of people coming in Wednesday, Thursday, and then they're staying until Monday or Tuesday. So it's going to be very interesting because so many people like us, this was a quarantine thing that we started doing. You invited me to do the play-alongs, and then it became this thing. And weird is too tame a word, but you know what? I'm trying to censor myself, so don't fucking call me out on it.
Kelly.
But it's gonna be weird. Weird is a good word to say though, because how much of the people, how many of these people that we've been friends with through all these calls and everything, have we actually met in person? Most of us haven't. Some people do know people from pre-COVID. Some people started doing projects beforehand, but for the most part, so much of this is going to be first time in person. Look at that, Mike Deacon there. Yeah, so many will meet for the first time. How many people went to your wedding and got to meet the first time from there? Some people got to meet Juice for the first time in person. I always thought he was just a meme that responded to you when you spoke, until it turned out he was a real guy. So it's going to be different because, we've been video chatting and on these streams and in these group chats for a year and a half by the time that comes around, more than a year and a half for some of us. And then we get to actually see each other in person. It's going to be surreal. It's going to be strange, and hopefully we all know how to socialize with people in person by that point.
How does one socialize?
Exactly. See, yeah, you met Juice, but beforehand, you thought that you were just like your co-host was just a meme that was just also sharing the screen with you. It's gonna be crazy. I mean, there's gonna be stuff like maybe in October or whatnot too. That might be a thing, but there might also be something early in that we don't know.
Yeah,
So
there's a lot of stuff percolating that might happen before, so we'll have to see if those end up coming to pass. But Christian did reveal Collision will be a hybrid event, basically. So what he
it will be
said
the
is,
Prius of the of Schmoedown matches.
so basically what it is, there's four matches at a Collision: a Star Wars singles contender, IG contender, and a team's title match. The Star Wars match between Andrew DiMolanta and Lord Kelly will be digital. Same with the singles contender, which is Marisol McKee versus Kevin Smith. Those will be digital, while live in studio will have Saul versus the winner of Amaru Moses and Moose Haas from Friday. So whoever wins that match plays Saul at Collision, and it will be live in person at a studio. And then the title match between Corruption and Shazam will be live in studio, because I believe Bibiani's in LA, Kalinowski's in LA. I don't know if Brendan Meyer's back in LA, and Chance
Brendan
only
is back in
lives.
LA. We've seen him in like the last two huge gatherings. Ben Bateman's birthday, and also that one thing where everyone like went to that like outdoor bar area together. Brendan was at both of those, I believe. He was
Okay.
definitely at the second one. He was definitely at that birthday party for Ben.
Okay.
So
And
like
then
he
Chance just
lives
lives in
primarily in
Tucson.
LA.
And
Yeah,
Chance lives in
so
Tucson, which is like 6 hours away. So I think that's why Christian chose those two, because a majority of the competitors live nearby Los Angeles. So we'll have to see what this studio is. Because I think originally Collision was supposed to be in early July, like around the 4th, in like a week or two. But I think Christian then realized, well, if we push it back, we may be able to do some of them in studio.
yeah,
That's what he
which will be
decided
very
to do.
cool, very fun. That'll be exciting to see. But that's happening. That's in a month. That's in a little over a month. That'll be crazy. But you know what? We got to talk about what happened this past week first.
Yeah,
Um,
the first
yeah.
match of the week, Alba versus Saul. The Saul show continues to dominate.
Mm-hmm.
Saul, I am really impressed by Saul.
So it's so funny because like hearing that he is going to be one of the two in-person matches, like think about it. When everyone first started hearing about Saul, it was Collider Live. A lot of us were listening to Collider Live, and he was just like this loud fucking guy that people would hear call in. Just like, who is this guy? Like, it's funny to hear him because obviously Christian's like cracking up at whatever he's saying. Ow, the dog got the bacon, and or fuck, the dog got the bacon, and it's just this guy that would call in. You think it's just this loud angry guy, um, and then it turns out that he's going from just like this personality of this rando that would call into a radio show to being center stage on probably Spectacular will be huge for a lot of different reasons. But I'd say for this year, up to this point, the return to in studio matches may be the biggest thing to happen to the Schmoedown in like a year.
Yeah, it's
There's
odd
going to be
because
this.
Saul is in New York, so
He's
he's
in New York,
not.
so he's going to come out.
Yeah, he's not nearby at all. Like that one was. I'm like, oh. But if you
Yeah.
think about it, the Star Wars match, you got. I'm not sure where Lord Kelly is, but I know that Andrew is in like the Orlando area, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So again, East Coast based people. So he definitely was. I
Yeah.
think he had to choose. All right, which matches. And we know Kevin Smith's schedule is probably not the easiest to deal with, so that's probably why he also made that one digital. Because then
Yeah.
that way they can film that one whenever. They don't have to film that one on that Saturday.
Yeah. So it's going to be very. It's just like what I was saying with Saul, like going from just a guy all the way up to being center
Okay,
stage
Chicago.
of arguably the most important event in the Schmoedown in over a year. That's a pretty impressive kind of growth. Just kind of like shooting up the chart like that. And yeah, and he has. What's interesting is that on the one hand, yeah, he's knocked out now 2 people in a row. He's now
The
taken
real
down
rejects, by the way.
the
He has knocked
he's taken
out
down
the
the real
real
rejects.
rejects.
But on the other hand, he hasn't like shown weaknesses. Like he briefly like what he got the one Star Wars scroll thing wrong. Like that's not the worst thing in the world. Like obviously to him, he wants to make sure that he is at like the utmost possible. Like yeah, he wants to be perfect and good on him. But like in comparison to many others and whatnot, like that is it's he's doing great regardless of the rejects.
he rejected them.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like he's definitely up there right now. I mean, for comeback player of the year because of the 2 knockouts in a row. Um, Granted, it was against 2 people that really didn't like necessarily take themselves seriously. I mean, Alba kind of was like, "Oh, well, I got other things going on." So, did you notice that like one of my videos was like trending on YouTube? Like that's the stuff that he was admitting that he was paying attention to, and that's what he was caring about. I mean, he's fun to watch, but he's not a competitor. He's not even like a character. He's just himself joking, sitting there. So, it's obvious how much Saul is like itching to play an actual competitor, really, because I feel like Alba, he's been like weirdly like all over the place, like how he won against Taylor because Taylor Robinson got the hardest fucking 5-pointer in like 8 years.
Blood. No. What was it?
The
That
name of
vid-
the airport in Bloodshot.
Okay, Bloodshot. That's what I thought.
I watched
I
that
was saying
movie.
Bloodsport.
I don't even remember a scene with an airport. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Is like even when they don't do well, it doesn't matter because Saul, he checked down to multiple choice once and he got one question around one wrong, and the language that was chosen is one that could trip you up. It's not it yeah. So
he went perfect in round
lot more.
2 with Batman, but
Mhm.
he would check down the multiple choice on the final
He
question.
checked down and he knew the answer too.
He was
You could
so
tell.
pissed.
You could tell he's. That's the thing. Like you could tell that he has this intensity about him, because it also shows how much he really cares too. Because the moment he knew it was 18 months, but he had to check down to be sure, and then he got it, and you saw that he fucking hit the table because he knew it and he wanted to get that for the 2 points instead of the 1 point.
Yeah, he was so disappointed in himself for that one.
And then his his post match comments were very hostile, but in a way that I found very entertaining. But like, he's great.
Yes,
Every
was fantastic.
place that gets every time he's on an interview, he's great. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he brings that intensity everywhere he goes. So yeah, he lost. He lost one. Yeah, that loss did in fact like light a fire under him. Like he's always been that good, but that's what I mean when I say like you think about where he was when like us who were just listening to Collider Live first heard him as just this guy, this loud fucking New Yorker guy that just would like call in and scream about shit. Like imagine what he looked like in your mind when you just heard this guy on the phone, just his voice, right? And then we see what he actually looks like, and then it turns out he's also like an incredible IG player. It's such a weird like path. Yeah, and the fucking dog got the bacon. Exactly. From getting the bacon to getting the knockouts. Saul is a guy to watch, and it's going to be very exciting to see who he goes up against and in the collision. So, I mean, it's hard to like go into like more detail. I mean, like Alba is obviously someone who's not really caring that much. So
he just has a lot going. He has his YouTube channel. He's prepping for a wedding. I believe he's working on a movie as well.
Yeah.
So he just has a lot of other things on his mind that are just taking precedence.
Yeah, I imagined a guy that looked like maybe like Danny DeVito or what's his name? I'm looking it up right now. Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. The neighbor or whatever with the mustache and who's bald and whatnot. Like that's like what I had originally envisioned, like the kind of guy. And then it turns out that it's like this guy that looks like he could punch your throat from 10 miles away. It's he's great. And also he's just cool to talk to too. Like he isn't he it's just he's a surprise, but he's a welcome surprise, I think.
Yeah, he definitely. I think one of my just his ability to just talk is simply amazing to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it. Like I had to Google that there. Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. But yeah, like I couldn't remember the name. Yeah, it's basically like the moment that you like realize that it's him, it's like there's no other way that it could have been anyone else but this guy. Like in your head, you think it's totally different. It's like what is it? Like you ever read a book and you're like, this is how I imagine this character to look like, and then you actually like see it in a movie and they look completely different, but yet that actor could have been like perfect for the role. Like that's how it is with Saul here. But he's rocking it. And what's great is, as positive as we are about it, he's gonna find what was negative there in terms of like what he didn't do right, what he could have done better, and he's going to go back and he's going to work on all of those, and he's going to work on even the things that he got right. How could he make it even better? How could he utilize the 15 seconds to his advantage to the best of his ability? It's the kind of like competitor that I love to see, someone who obviously cares so much for it, that there's a reason why when you see how annoyed he's getting with people like the Real Rejects, because they just like aren't like, they're fun to watch, but they're not like real competitors, and that's where sometimes the sport versus show thing kind of gets at a crossroads and it doesn't work as well. Saul is a fucking competitor, and he is a contender. So it'll be great to see what happens there.
Like Kate said, she thinks that he will hold the IG belt sometime this year. So far in these two matches that I've seen this year, I am starting to lean that way. We'll see how he does at Collision. Let's see if he can become the number one contender, where then he would play the winner of Chandru Kalinowski.
Agreed.
But he still has at least one more match to get through, which I think he'll do extremely well there at Collision. It will be so. I'm so excited to see a in studio match. Like I am beyond excited for that.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of the most exciting things to happen like in a long time with the Schmoedown, I think.
So I think that will start the hybrid of. We'll probably, after that, once a week, we'll get a digital match and we'll get a studio match. Because I don't think Christian's going to stop doing studio matches. I mean, digital matches. Just because...
He shouldn't because of the kind of people that are involved. We need to be able to keep the other people that are involved.
Oh, my Lord. That would be intense.
Could you imagine the booze for Chandru? It doesn't matter who he'd be up against. Could you imagine the booze for him at a live event? Like, god damn. It's... Oh my god, wait a minute. Hold on. Collision is what? Oh, never mind. Ah, shit. I was going to say, hold on. Collision had an IG title match, but I'm wrong. I'm wrong there.
It's just the number one contender IG match.
No, I was about to be like, wait a minute.
I think Christian is postponing that Chandru Mike match for either studio or live event.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Just for that reason. Yeah, the amount of booze, and then he'll just go, let's go. Bring it. That would be a loud event. That is for sure.
It would be very loud. So,
moving on then to match number 2. Jacoby Bancroft versus Griffey Nooms.
Downtown
Griffey Nooms.
The violently single Griffey Nooms.
Dude, the amount of times that he said single.
The violently not just single, the violently
Violently
single.
single.
I cracked up at that when I heard that. It's I would love to see him at a live event, but like I know he's also like probably like super busy too, with everything he does as like a working actor, and podcast host and whatnot. But they both did great. Like Jacoby did,
Perfect in round one. They both went perfect in
both
round
did
one.
perfect in round one. Jacoby had a against him and the steal and stumbled at round two, and that round two stumble is what ended up costing him.
Yeah. He still played.
So
He's still probably one of the top rookies for singles.
agreed. Jacoby did great in his teams match in blackjack, and he did great here. Just because they lost didn't mean that they didn't do a good job. So I mean, it's I mean, we had him on here. We were lucky enough to get to talk to him, and he's a great guy to talk to. He's a lot of fun, and it's funny to see him go up against someone like Griffin Nooms. It's so weird to just have to like refer to him as Griffin Nooms. But Griff Newman is just like, he's great. He's so good. He's now like, he's had 3 chances to shine and he's shined in all of them. He barely lost out to Bateman for MVP.
MVP for the free for all. Yeah.
Yeah, of the free for all. And he also just like, I love his whole get up with the beanie and all the pink and everything. It's kind of funny. It's very funny. But he did great. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, did Newman go perfect that game?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he went perfect.
He didn't get all possible points because he didn't answer his 5, but
that doesn't count. No, I don't want to hear that bullshit. The people are like, oh, well, he didn't answer everything. Right, he didn't answer anything because Jacoby, missed stuff.
Yeah, because Jacoby missed his multiple choice in round 2, and then he missed his 3.
Yeah.
Kelly,
So
I want his pink gloves.
Mm-hmm. So, look, he looks. Like
Is he the best? Is he the best person on the Finstock Exchange?
The best person on the
Finstock
Exchange right now.
The best competitor on the Finstock Exchange. Does that go?
It's too early. It's too early to tell.
Okay.
I mean,
one more win though. Shouldn't he get a number 1 contenders match?
Yes, that's how it works. As far as the rules are this year, before who knows what happens, because things seem to change year to year. Who knows? I mean, maybe he will get one if he gets another win. It would be JTE is very good JTE is obviously like he's great. He's excellent. But
he does have a loss though.
He does have a loss, but that doesn't. I mean, then again, Roca has what now? He has 2 losses this time, but like his loss, his one singles loss was like he played
in sudden death,
and it's they have a lot of really good players, and what I'm interested in, we've seen this with Griffin Newman now, but I want to see it with some other of their rookies. I want to see their rookies take on more people because. Their rookies
non-rookies. I want to see them take on non-rookies.
Yeah. Like we know that I believe there's going to be some interesting matchups in the future, and some of them, I mean, we want to see some of these rookies take on other people that are more experienced, so that way you don't just weed out rookies. You actually get them to see how they play against more seasoned veterans.
Yeah.
A rookie versus a rookie is only going to tell you like what a new person can do against a new person. So,
yeah. So for those of you that have watched this week's Patreon match, you will know who that person will be playing next. That's all I'll say. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So we know how that's going to go. So again, it's not what I want to see. Right. But it's just the way that it's going right now. I would like to see some veterans versus rookies, not these rookie v rookie matches. But when you have so many rookies and you need them to get these matches, I can understand why Christian's going a lot of rookie v rookies.
100%. Yeah.
But Griffin Newman did really, really well. He went perfect. I think that's his
And I
second
want to
match
see
in a row.
Bancroft again.
Did he go
But
perfect?
I want to see Bancroft again as well because he's wonderful to watch, and he's still really good. And you know
Okay, no, he did.
it's a lot of stuff that he has that he you know he had to overcome someone who went perfect. It's hard to do. When someone's going perfect, like if you have one tiny little stumble, then you're gold leader, then you're ace, then you're Zach Burkett. Like it happens. I mean, I know I just said a bunch of Star Wars players, but it's like sometimes it happens. Like when someone is perfect, the only way that you can match up to them is to also be fucking perfect. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if it's only like
That's how the
a
Star
check
Wars
on a multiple
division
choice.
is. The Star Wars division is if you miss a question, you're done.
So, unless you're in Damon Dimalata 2, in which case you can miss a few questions.
And you but yeah, well
But
that
that's
was
what
a Star
happens.
Wars. Yeah, that was a Star Wars title match.
That was a wacky and wild. But anyways, I think that's
But
really.
congrats,
I don't really have anything
yeah.
else to say with this one. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Like,
I don't think there's
Newman,
not a lot.
great.
Griffin Newman, fantastic job. Can't wait to see you play next. If you, based on prior precedent, it should be he gets a number one contender if he goes 3-0. So, moving on to the final match of the week:
Harrison.
Lon Harris versus
So-
the Cobra.
So here's the deal. Chance is a beast. We know that. Lon used to feel like a legitimate threat, and it feels like for a long time
He
just
missed one
hasn't.
question in round one.
No, I'm saying like it feels like he's had this streak of being like a weak link somehow, is what I'm saying. Like
Why
it
do you
felt like he was a
think-
threat and then he keeps losing.
Why do you think Paul's holding on to that title shot? I think he's going to hold on to it for a while.
That's true. I mean, I guess we need to see exactly what happens with singles, and I think he needs to. There's a lot of possibilities. So, and it's interesting that you mentioned that, but it's weird though because like yeah, he misses like random things, and then he doesn't get other stuff like. He said once upon a time in China for Jet Li, like if he knew stuff like who Ronnie Yu was, that should have helped him like get it, but he didn't pay. I don't think he paid attention to that part of the question. It's interesting how Lon though, like I said, like he used to be like. It feels as though his losses have been coinciding a lot more with like the digital age of the delinquent, more than like whatever else. And it's just another fucking step down for Swag because like Swag has so many likable people and yet they keep fucking losing like Vine. And it's
Laura
crazy
needs
from,
to
like, what happened
win
last
that.
year.
Laura needs to win that Star Wars match. Like Winston needs that badly. He needs
He
that
needs it
7
badly
points.
just to stay afloat.
Yeah,
Just to stay
he
afloat. I mean,
yeah.
and again, like Usual Suspects needs a win with Irwin this Friday. As a very
that's
professional,
true.
unbiased show, we hope that doesn't happen. But it's you know it's crazy. Like excuse me, it's like we have like so many that are like doing all right or doing incredible. Just a couple that have just been like on the straight up losing. Swag needs something. Swag needs a big win or a series of wins. They are so far behind compared to last year. And like yeah, they can
There
come ahead,
is
but
a humongous gap between 5th and 6th. So 5th, we have the Den at 27 points and Swag at 6th with 12. It's a huge gap right there. Like it's literally a tale of two. You have
who's in last place? The Rock Stars or the Suspects?
Stars with 11 points.
And Suspects how many points?
11. That is
Wait.
currently. That is
So
without
Oh,
tomorrow's
okay, I
match.
see what you mean. Yeah. Oh well. I think that Swag needs it. I mean, the Rock Stars the Stars need a lot of help as well. But
So they need to
Someone has
they
to
need to
lose.
win that title match at Collision. Oh wait, no,
Someone
sorry.
has to fucking lose. Someone's got to
No,
lose,
shoot.
man.
Stars don't have a match at Collision. Sorry, I was thinking of the last title match.
Yeah, they're gonna just have to like ride it out. Yes, Swag does close the gap with 2 title wins. Like they have a title match like ready to go, and then they also
I
have
forgot
one
about
that's about
Chandru.
to
Yeah.
occur.
So
Yeah,
if
yeah,
Laura
yeah.
wins and Chandru wins, that's 14 points. That puts them right back in it. So Winston needs those 2 wins, I think, more than anyone.
Big stuff. I mean, it's weird to like root for Mike Kalinowski when he's always because he's been constantly like up against the other people that I'm rooting for. So it's weird to like because I love Mike. I think he's a great heel. He's a great character, and also outside of it, he's just a great guy to follow and to like he's someone worth like respecting too. So it's so weird to like always feel like you want him to lose, but it's only because he's always up against people that you're supporting, that you're following. That you
His next match, I'm rooting for Mike because I want Chandru to lose.
I'm rooting the hell out of it for Mike. I want Mike and like once again like in fantasy like I want him to fucking destroy Chandru, but we also know that Chandru's very good at being a heel. Like we know that.
Yes, because we all hate him with a passion.
Yeah, but it's Winston might get one of those 2 wins. Y'all know which win I'm talking about. Actually, no, I don't know.
I think she's referenced in Star Wars.
I don't know. Demolante.
Ashley hates Chandru. Why would she root for Chandru to win?
Yeah. I see that. I see what she means by that now. Yeah.
But the thing is, we don't know. I don't think we know when that match is, when the Mike and Chandru match is, because I think Christian wants it in studio or at a live event.
We're going to be stuck with the same thing that's happening now, which is like these like having multiple number 1 contender matches like all set up for something or number 1 contenders, and then they just have to like go one at a time in line based on scheduling, kind of like how we have Irwin versus Ben right now, and then that'll go up against I guess Dan, and then but then in the meantime we're also going to have Marisol versus Smith to go up against
the winner of that.
Dan, Ben, Irwin. Like yeah, it's a whole lot of they're like all these number 1 contender things up in the air, and IG yeah. I don't like Laura Kelly could easily get it. I would love to see her get it, but also like I would love to see Demolanta like hold on to it more, just because
Kelly hasn't played since what, February?
Yeah, but also like Demolanta hadn't played since like a significant period of time too when he had his immediate title match. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, once again, we haven't really talked much about Chance, but it's more so because like we know Chance is fucking great. We know he's gonna do well, and yeah,
he's trying really hard because he dominates in teams.
He dominates in teams. He's always the better singles player. He's
always been suspect in so. Math is hard, Jeff. We get it. He's trying really hard to do better in singles because he really wants that singles belt. And he's getting closer. I think he's one win away.
I can't wait to meet you in person to kick you in the dick. All right, keep talking.
Spectacular. 2019. She was in at a 5-rounder with Alex Damon. That was
Laura
the one.
Kelly was.
Yes, at Spectacular at the end of season 6. The one that was live that everyone went to. The Star Wars match at Spectacular was Laura versus Damon.
Was it really?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
Because her and Andrew had a number 1 contenders match. And that was the
Laura
one where
Kelly.
she beat him.
I'm just looking to see, like, because I can't believe I don't remember any of that. Okay. Well then. Damn. I forgot. So okay,
Season 6
whatever.
spectacular.
No, I believe you. Because when I searched Laura Kelly, Alex Damon, that the Spectacular 4 2019 immediately came up there. Yeah, Buck is right. Yeah, no, I agree.
Hey, Saul, thanks for
believe
joining us.
Yeah, hey Saul, you just missed you missed the part where we how fucking good you are. And yeah, so no, I searched it too. Yeah, I my mind is like all over the place right now. All of a sudden, like not remembering something totally fucked me up. Yeah, I'm excited for all of these things. Like it's really hard to try to rank what you're most excited about. I mean, maybe because it's more immediate. I'm excited for Collision and seeing someone like Saul go up against whoever's gonna win for Friday's match, and then also
well, if you watch backstage, they allude.
Shut up! Shut up!
I thought that was so funny. Anything. I thought that was.
No. Here's the deal. To our millions of viewers out there, nothing happened. Gosh. Don't go to where he talked about. Don't go to where he referenced.
But we should be getting the announced matches for July soon, because the last match announced was Friday's match for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
So either they'll be announced at the pay-per-view, or Christian will do what he did last time, and he'll have a screenshot and he tweets it out on like that Monday.
Yeah, well, he screenshots all the stuff. Like, why can't he just do what like a normal person who's posting stuff do? Write it on his phone notes and then screenshot it.
I mean, didn't he do that for this month?
Nothing was said, Buck. So shut the fuck up.
Okay.
No, don't fucking smile. Don't laugh. Don't do anything. Move on. So, anyways, I think that's it. I'm excited about a lot of stuff. I mean, Collision is really soon. I'm excited for that. I'm also, because, booked my flights today, booked the Airbnb today. I'm fucking psyched for everything in wherever it's called, LA. That'll be really exciting to do. Hopefully, things don't kind of close down again. I really hope not, because we have all of these different possible things kind of hanging over us when it comes to COVID again, because even though there are vaccines and what will happen with variants, I mean, hopefully everything works out. So, but there's a lot of exciting stuff that's happening, and I hope that this momentum continues. Yeah, that's a big thing for me.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see what matches we get for July, because the only announced matches for July is Collision, which is the last day of July.
Yep.
Like, who hasn't had a match in a while?
A lot of people. Dan.
Well, we know that he'll probably have a title match at a pay-per-view in July, most likely.
Yeah, probably. One would hope.
You know who hasn't had one in a while? Goddard. I wonder if Goddard will have a Intergita match.
Yeah, I mean, Goddard will definitely probably have something soon. So, I mean, yeah.
Maybe Mark Riley has a match.
I believe Riley will have a match soon. That'll probably happen. But yeah, look at this. Look, we said it earlier. Saul in his interviews and everything just been fucking killing it. His passion, everything he's saying. He's the kind of guy you want to follow and root for. Here, he's the kind of guy that you want to get to know and be able to support in this space. With the kind of passion and excitement that he has for this, and knowing that if there's ever a time that even on a single question he falters, how can he then make that a strength? And that's the sort of thing that excites me as a fan, as someone who loves and the trivia and all that other bullshit.
Yeah, definitely. Rooting for Saul there at Collision. Whoever he plays, we will find that out on Friday for the winner of Amaru Moses versus Moose Haas.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very much.
it'd be very exciting. But I think that's all we really have to discuss today. But don't forget, we have our Loki reviews that we do every Wednesday afternoon, 4:30 p.m. Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. We have episode 3 that we will be doing tomorrow. Looks like it'll be me, Jeff, and Kelsey. I didn't reach out to anyone else to see if they're available, mainly because I forgot.
You mean just like how we haven't had panels for the last 3 weeks because we just haven't fucking tried?
Because I'm lazy. I've been
You're
really
lazy.
lazy.
Fine, I'll leave it all on you. I won't have to say that I'm lazy. Who's going to be lazy?
So, yeah, everyone, make sure you can go ahead and check those out. Those have been some of the favorite ones we've been doing because Loki, so far, these first 2 episodes have been fantastic. I have loved the first 2 episodes. If you're watching and you want to be on, reach out to either Jeff or myself, and we can work something out. Because I don't mind bringing people on. So if you want to be on our Loki reviews, go ahead. Also, I don't have a thumbnail for it yet. I have to reach out to our thumbnail person. Next Thursday, we will be doing the Family Show. Will be coming back.
Family Show is reconvening July 1st. We will be talking about FN, the Fat Saga. I'm so excited. This coming Thursday, we got 2 days. 48 hours from now, I will be sitting in the theater an hour and a half into the movie. In the Dolby seat, I'll be able to feel all of the bullshit, just kind of like shaking my chair. It's going to be very exciting. I can't wait to see just how much more over the top this goes. I'm excited for it, and I think that doing the Family Show has been a lot of fun. And I think that it's going to be the very first time that I would have seen a Fast and Furious film in theaters. And I know that we're going to.
I think I've seen every single one, by the way.
Oh wow!
I think the only one I may not have seen is Tokyo Drift. That might be the only one I didn't see in theaters. But I'm pretty sure I've seen every single one in theaters. But we will have a massive panel to join us.
Yeah, we're.
I will not be on. I will not be on. I'll let the normal panel of you, Zach, Ferris, Lastrina.
Ferris is available. Lastrina.
That is true.
Trying to see. Get a couple of. I think Matt will probably be there. Matt Thomas. We'll see if John Knight is available, as he had been in there for a few of them. And we'll also see who else might be able to come. I'm trying to see if I can get a couple other guests of people that I know of that happen to like love the Fast and the Furious saga. So hopefully, can't guarantee because who knows? Life is busy.
Schedules sometimes just don't work out.
Yeah. So
everyone,
it'll be exciting.
Yes, it'll be very exciting to bring back. I'll probably reach out to JK and see if he can make a thumbnail for us. Give him a little bit of time here. But everyone, thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like this video. Comment with what you liked. Who are some of your picks for Collision? Want to see some of those in the chat. Maybe some suggestions.
Will win the match on Friday.
We're such assholes.
Shut the fuck up.
And also,
we're done.
And some suggestions of some people you want to see on this show in the future. Just maybe some suggestions of who you want to see us bring on. Fuck no. You're fucking crazy, Sean. You're fucking crazy. And with that, and also if you have not subscribed to the channel, bye-bye.
Peace.